Hey chat, how are we doing today? I have actually just gotten off of a Discord DM with Charles. We're just talking about the controversy that's going on over at Roblox at the moment because of the Hatch event or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, things are not looking good for them to be honest. So, this stuff here and alright, cool. So there has been some updates today, as far as I know. So, what has happened is Roblox has rescinded the invite of that one guy who was making certain games on the platform. And they've issued a public apology, although it didn't seem like they were going to initially. And 15, which is the guys responsible for Egg Hunt 2018, has gone on record saying that they're going to release a community egg hunt by Easter 2026, which is really cool actually. Like, it would be nice to give them the credit and acknowledgement they deserve outside of the whole being involved with Ready Player One. Now, what happened here? Oh, it's just put through the thing, that's fine. Okay, last we were doing three fights. I should actually color these now. I'm gonna do that now. So that just a quick whack, fine, and then this underside here, yellow. So these ones. I'll set this to 5 now. There and there. Because fun fact, the base color and the color for the emission work independently of each other, so I can actually set this to something different. You can very faintly see it as probably brings down a bit more so you can see it better. But you can see how the base color influences the emission as well. I'm gonna set to set this. Okay, what else do I have here that I can use to decorate this with? What do the lampposts in the regular game look like? Honestly, the gray is a lot lighter, so metal. Do dark gray or gray dark middle. Metallic roughness, set it up to 0.75. Down a bit more. And then I can actually wrap the tops of this, or tops and bottoms of this in a different color. There, plus. And then you swap the side ones. And then this one can be select. There we go. Nice and well colored set of lights. I'll go back here, now they're all like that. Neat. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Time to construct some buildings. So, first and most important one probably is the safe house. Now, I did actually have, or did I not name it? That could very well be the case. I think it's this one? Yeah, okay. So I need to rename this. My ex had something like that. Something like what? Also, how you doing, likely? So, rename that to stairs. Now, I did say I wanted to have a hole in here. Okay, yeah, I'll just make this a single user. Object data. Oh, it's a light post, never mind. Likely, what did you think that it was? Exactly? Those faces. That one. Okay, I need to actually scale these. Now, why is that refusing to... Okay, there we go. So, scale this in the X a bit more. And then bevel like this. Make sure I've got my plan set up as well. That thing that ladies get when they love their man but don't want to be their kids. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Okay, extrude this backwards. I've filled these two in as well on here. Oh, it's actually just straight putting through the floor, never mind. What have I done here? I've managed to get these through the floor somehow. Now I need to figure out how to return them back to normal. Okay, there we go. Distance. Nope. Prevent that. There we go. Now I can fill this in. Actually, I just realized that Okay, it looks like I'm safe. I thought for a second there I accidentally hit F to fill instead of J to join. Which could have some slightly disastrous consequences later on if not addressed immediately. I'm about to wire up my cargo trailer so it has powers and not just electrical cords. Okay. Okay, wait, sorry, cargo trailer? It's not a... Oh, one of those things. I was like, what the hell's a cargo trailer? Because I'm not used to them being called that. But yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. You've been having just wires coming out of that thing? Really? I suppose most places you'd go to would have outlets, so I suppose it makes sense. Now, I don't have any good shots of where the van is safe now, so any of these, really. And the thing is, with Sly 3, the van doesn't come back until, I believe it's episode 4. It goes missing episode 8 like episode 8 of Saito goes missing, and then comes back in episode 4. So I really don't have a lot to work with in terms of. Yeah, I got an enclosed trailer, 12 feet. It's just a box, so I'm currently transforming it into a man cave. Honestly, based. I mean, who doesn't want a portable man cave? Yeah, I have no images of this. I wonder if I'm gonna have to get my time more. Well, I'd say I think this is probably sufficient. If I look at this, yeah, in the actual shading mode, it does give sufficient darkness, so I might need to scale this out a bit more. So that's better. Might have to scale this thing as well. Don't need those ones. We don't need these as well. That. Yeah, it's good enough, I think. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Can I alt this? No, not really. How perplexing. Now, for now, I'm going to say that's enough, but I'll get back to it in a bit. Now, for this thing. How tall do I want to make this? Because, like, this is already 2 floors. Maybe 3 floors is fine, technically. But I think I'm just going to stick with 2 for this one. Actually, bring that back. Be a lot faster if I just set this way. I'm gonna play electrical circuits game first though, so I know how not to short circuit my neighborhood. So you're gonna base your ability to essentially hotwire your enclosed trailer via playing video games and just hoping that the knowledge you gain through osmosis via that particular activity will be sufficient in not destroying the neighborhood power generator. Fair enough. Who am I to say no? Right now, I need some windows. What should I use for these? I've got a lot of options here. Let's say move this out of the way first. Say maybe this one and this one maybe? Actually, it's a sim game, so it simulates real life circuits. I mean, fair enough. I'm just saying it's not something I would personally use to test my abilities. Like, I wouldn't necessarily use PC Building Simulator to basically figure out how to build a computer. I mean, like, I do build PCs, but it's not because I've played PC Building Simulator. Okay, let's see. all sim games are 100% based on real and replicatable in real life. For some of them, yeah, sure. For all of them, I find that just a tiny bit questionable. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say, like, Keep Talking Nobody Explodes is a good basis for real life, but you know. What do I know? I'm not a bomb defusal expert. I am, however, just now. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, cool. I am probably gonna put these ones maybe on the lower floors. Oh, actually, you know what would probably be a good idea, right? And I'll sort this out in probably a little bit. But what I can do is I can actually use a randomized feature to make the windows random colors, like the frames of the windows random colors. So I probably need to put a back on this as why it's doing weird stuff. Okay, and now actually just right there. Geometry. Except it's just... Oh, it's because it's set to center. That's my bad. That's silly of me. Now this one does still need to be... Alright, and now I should be able to... Nice. Also, I love how you have just a nerd emoji waiting for a situation like this. Like, I have to wonder about the types of people on Twitch who have those sorts of emotes. Just having to know that they're just applicable for something other than their own channel. Like, if I saw, like, one of my emotes, if I ever get them, if I ever saw one of my emotes just floating around on a different channel, like, I'd be kind of embarrassed, to be honest. Well, that should get us a little bit closer to a functional safe house, I hope. There's a soy jack emote too, bruh. What is that emote? Oh, that's just somebody getting shot. Okay. Honestly, I should really just stop questioning the sorts of emotes that are on this website. Now I need a door. What door am I going to use for this? Maybe... So I don't want it to be too individual. I'm also going to need a door handle. Oh, what a mess. God damn it, Nightbot. Why are you like this? Okay, you know what? No, I am going to pause this right now. Not that one. There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick pause on this. Oh, Nightbot, where are you? Is this the Twitch side? Maybe. I think this might be my Twitch one. Regardless, yeah, we're just going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, this might actually be my YouTube one. Okay, yeah, this is definitely YouTube. Yeah, sorry about this, chat, while I just forced Nightbot into behaving. Where is... Oh, you can't hide this shit from me. Boy! Chat moderation, here we go. Why are these all re-enabled? I did not re-enable these. Excuse yourself, Nightbot. Dickhead. Alright, Likely, do you just want to give that another try? Just to make sure that Nightbot's actually behaving itself now? Also, I'll just bring this back. I'll probably use this one. Okay, there we go. I'll just use this one. Yeah, Nightbot re-enabled some stuff that I'm like 90% certain I had disabled. Like, I disabled it from doing. It's just like, oh lol, you don't know. Silly human, you don't know what's best for you. Bitch, this is my channel. Yeah, alright, so right here. And I'm going to just make a quick handle. Probably circle would be best here. Set it to like edge maybe? Yeah, that should be fine. 5. Scale this down. I don't need these back vertices, so those can go. Along. Hopefully, the stream's not having a fit, because I'm seeing a little bit of artifacting whenever I'm moving around. In fact, I'm actually going to... Actually, it's not even set to cycles at the moment, it's just in material preview, I think. So, yeah, I guess there's so many generated textures in the scene that it's having a hard time keeping up. That's fine though. Also good to see that Nightbot's finally decided to start behaving itself. And yes, scale that. And that's already sealed up, that's good. Can we just scale this up a little bit more? Yeah, it should be fine. And set this to middle. Actually, I wonder if using grey metal is better. Okay, that's, yeah, definitely better. Okay, so we have a door now. And the stairs I will have to do eventually, but not right this second. So that's 2 floors, and then set that. Okay, that should be fine for now. Actually, no. I'm gonna split this one in half. Have it like that. And it's gonna be the same for a few of these. So object and data, because I'm gonna make this one completely separate. So delete these. Flip this. Now this is hanging off the side, which hey, heck. I accidentally clicked it. Where is... Somehow this managed to move. Alright, now... Sorry, chat. Screw this one upwards. And then I can have these set up at random. Don't tell me you're actually clipping me sneezing. Please say that's a joke. I've sneezed so many times on stream. Please don't tell me this is the thing that I get famous for. I'm begging. It's a joke, of course. You can clip whatever stuff you want of me. I mean, if I didn't want to be clipped and shared on the internet, I would not be live streaming. Like, that's just one of the inherent risks of being a content creator is people pulling funny stuff. No, I'm not, though your reaction is clippable. I bet. Alright. Getting some roofing on here is making this scene look a little bit cleaner. However, it's still got a fair way to go. And I'm gonna have to make a custom one just for that building, it seems. Gonna have to make a custom one for this here too. I'm probably thinking a multi-floor just like the others. I could probably even get away with making 3 floors on this building if I really wanted to. And it's got the sizing where it wouldn't be out of the question. That Right, so they've all got roofs now. Nice. Okay, I've been getting a little bit pissed with chat. Like, there's just something that's been irritating me, and it's these brick walls. They look fine from afar, but up close, they're flatter than my voice and flatter than my sense of humor. So I'm definitely gonna have to do something about that, but again, not right now. It's a bit silly, but I am basically just procrastinating fixing that. Oh, oh yeah, you apply a closest, not centered. It's like Lonic not flat confirmed. Yeah, like if you've ever seen an image of me, you would know for a fact that I am not flat, not by any stretch of the imagination. 3. No. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this empty area here. Maybe I could make a taller building to go in here, which would be the easiest way to go about it. You know what? Sure, why not? Make some of these. Okay. so at least 4. Add a lot of overgrown grass and a lot for sale sign. Actually, that's not a bad idea. The other option I could do too is like a small miniature just pond even, or just like a garden area. But yeah, I can add in a sign actually. Okay, and then set it to 5. Actually, I'll set this to 1. Apply the scale first before I go into edit mode. And then plane. Square, probably rectangular even. Although this does need to be slightly bigger if it's going to be a for sale sign. Okay. Scale for that, and I can there we go. Got ourselves a sign. Probably a little bit thicker than DC, and that's okay. Now, what am I going to do with these buildings here? Well, first of all, I think I want to make this one a 2-4 building. 4. Also, I think it was either yesterday or the day before when I was talking about the different ways that this whole hatch event could have gone down with, like the amount of games and items that would be required for the event. At least we finally got our answer now, and the fact that it's going to be 1,000 items, like 1,000 separate items, mind you. So there is a possibility that whatever they're creating to put out as items for the event, like, I'm almost guaranteed that it's, you know, AI generated. And if so, that's a real huge shame. I mean, not much we can do about it, really. Well, except for not playing the game, obviously. But yeah, 1,000 different items. And the worst part about this is that looking at the requirements for the event, right? So this is going to probably be a bit of secondhand information here. But there's a requirement where the eggs have to be 2 to 3 minutes to obtain. And it has to be a hide and seek type mini game in a hub. A 1,000+ games, by the way. So at minimum, you're looking at... Okay, I need to have a quick calculation here, because I do not know the calculation for this offhand. So at minimum, you're probably looking at over 30 hours of just hopping from game to game, getting these eggs at a minimum. Like, 30 hours is a pretty considerable amount of playtime. Like, obviously, I have games in the Steam library that I've spent less time on. But that's not even factoring in things like loading. And there are a lot of games where they're round based. And what I mean by that is that they're games where you have a tiny amount of time in the hub. You go into the actual play area and then spend like 5 minutes there. And it's mainly just like the dress up games that do it. But there's enough of those types of games on Roblox that makes me be a bit concerned that this stuff is going to take a lot longer than they say it does in order to get the items. I'm actually going to edit this a bit more. I'm going to make these have edges. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's a huge issue. Whatever the hell Roblox is doing, they need to stop. And then save this one. This one, this one, this one. This one over here. And that one there. Control L and link object data. Okay, now we've got multiple ones that have separate parts to them. Then stalls are fine. This probably needs a little bit of work though. I'm actually gonna. Do I want to split this one? Yeah, I think I do. Oh, need to extrude upwards. And set that. Cool. Now, I really wish I had any idea where all my measurements have gone because those were kind of important where I wanted to put the ropes. But it seems that a lot of the data necessary for this project have just gone missing because I used the annotation tool instead of, I don't know, actually making a note of it in a separate file. That's on me. That's on me for trusting Blender to remember stuff for me. Alright, let's see. Props. We do have barrels, we do have crates, market stalls are already up. AC units? Probably. Lamp posts we already have. Bins. When did I make a waste bin? Oh yeah, I remember this. Now it's just like, hang on a second. I don't remember making this. Now I do. So, these buildings here. Yeah, I think warehouse is probably the way to go about it. And I'm going to use probably... Do I want to use the thinner corrugated or do I want to use the larger one for these buildings? Also, I am eventually going to get these and bake them down into a flatter form, I suppose. I'm probably going to use the thinner corrugated for this, I think. So, walls. Metal walls. Do I not have any spares for this? I should do. I do not. In my infinite wisdom, I got everything but chain link fence, concrete walls. Yeah, I just did not make a spare for these. Oh yes. So that makes it how big across? Way too big. This is supposed to be 4 meters. Why is it 3 point whatever? That doesn't make any sense. Nope. Like that. Nope. Oh right, I forgot to make this a single user. There we go. So how far does this go down? 11.36 meters. Round about there. Oh my god, I was actually correct. I was joking. Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Now, it is going to be a bit taller. I'm also going to need a pole for the in-between. So there is a pole down here that I was using. Iron pole. Okay, here we go. So this is D. What I can do is I can come back to this later once I have a better idea of what I want to make these into. And then just grab all of the ones I've got here and then replace them. Just link object data and all my problems are solved. Okay. And then based on the middle of this one, I want to use the anchor element. And then this one back here, if I can grab it. Alright, right there. And then this is slightly too small. That's fine though. I think I can probably get away with making this a bit bigger. And then making sure I have one of these at the end. Trees. Now I need to snap this to the center of this one. So there. Now, closest. There. And yeah, that's roughly about the size of the warehouse too. Yes. Actually, I could probably stand make this one smaller. Yeah, that should be fine. Do we want this to be centered though? Okay, I'll be right back. Maybe. Okay, likely. If you're not back, then have a good evening. If you are back, then take your time, I suppose. And right there. Right, cool. Almost done with this building. I probably will have to make these taller though to account for the height of the warehouse itself. Oh, the reason why that's there is because I don't have an active object. I'll avoid plugging it in until I have a fire extinguisher on hand. Honestly, that's probably the smartest idea. I basically do the same for any PC build. I never turn it on unless I have the fire extinguisher in my room. This way. Yeah, exactly. You want to avoid that happening. Okay, what the... Eh? Why is that like that? I need to edit this now. Now, why is that? Oh, that's actually not the correct position. Yeah, that would definitely do it. Okay, that's more acceptable now. Now I can hide this, and we have the basis of a warehouse. I just need to copy and paste this a couple times. This. And now all the places where are marked out as warehouses, I can just quickly and now I just want to duplicate it right now. Places around there. Now this to yeah, be the closest. Oh good lord, do I have to use this one instead? Seems like that. Okay, now why are you doing this? Yeah. Okay, so that's done. I actually probably want to move this along, don't I? Probably around about there is good. I mean, it's a good idea in theory to have it off-centered, but this way I think just looks a lot better. D. This one. That. And how many more? I want to move this closer to. Otherwise, I could move it closer to this brick itself, which might be more preferable. Can't move it any closer. Okay, it won't let. Oh, it's because it's on version mode. Okay, why is this off center? Okay, I guess I'm rotating it by 1 degree to account for that. It does. Okay, now it's not straight on. What? How did this happen? Oh, it might be because I'm trying to angle it up towards this and it's just not quite doing what I want it to. See, I think aligning it with the road is more. But no matter which way I turn it, it seems to just not want to function correctly. Okay, can I just... Oh my goodness. But if I do that, I'm gonna have to move everything, but it would also make my work slightly easier in the future. Okay, let's do this first. So, origin to geometry, Alt R. And then I want to grab everything. I want to go around. Okay, is this correct? I think it is. Let's bring this back within bounds. Now, if I use this instead, should be using the active elements. Okay, now we're back to normal mostly. I have to move a lot of stuff though. All of that is fine. This stuff here mostly though. Actually, hang on, this is the wrong direction now that I think about it. That should be rotated in the opposite direction. Yeah, there's like no reason why that should have been so far out of bounds. Okay, now these should be... Yeah, they should just rotate by 90 degrees now. Nice. Well, hopefully that should have fixed my problems for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry? Is there a spare one of these just hanging around? There's no reason why that should be there. Okay, at least I haven't made a clone of it by accident. Please. Closest that should be. Okay, now this thing here. Oh, I think this is actually, yeah, out of kilter. So if I grab this here, and I scaled, and the Y. What is going on with this lot? Like, that's unrotated. Like, that much we do know, so why is it... Because if I try to scale along the local X, oval by the way, it's not straight. What's the deal with that? Like, if I try scaling along the global axis, it doesn't work. Oh yeah, it's because it was actually waves. Just grab. I need the face of this. Scale X. Actually, scale Y is 0. Okay, yeah, now it's doing what it's supposed to. I guess the random issues I've been having are just purely because the road is not of correct scale. Scale. And yeah, now that should be perfectly flat. Yeah, I guess whenever I was building the roads, I didn't do a careful enough job keeping an eye on the direction. Okay, so I actually want to grab all of these and move them over to the left. One could even say a little to the left. Good game, by the way. I've finished playing it a little while ago, but they have like these daily cleanups, which is kind of cute. I know it's a way to get more game time out of it, but who am I to judge? Okay. Probably wanna maybe even edge mode would be good at this. Except I want to use the center, not the closest. There we go. Okay, that looks a lot nicer. Okay, just need to quickly do something, chat. Don't mind me. I don't care. Stop asking me to rate your goddamn app. Okay, there we go. Alright, nice. Actually, I've just come to realize, like, this is only, like, 162,000 faces. That's pretty impressive considering the amount of detail I've managed to fit into it so far. Alright, so... tile time, I think, maybe? Yeah, that could be really helpful. Alright, tiles it is. So... bring these back. And... grab all these. So... what do I want to do for this one? I can do random colors. So I'm going to do just that. So... I need to add that. What kind of texture do I want? What texture do ceramic tiles typically have? That's the real question. I think I had to... oh, I exited out of it when I was trying to fix Nightbot. Okay. Yeah, I normally have like a spare empty tab open when I'm streaming and stuff like this. Yeah, and I just closed out of it inadvertently. So these are the types of tiles we're going for. It doesn't seem that they're too textured to begin with. Oh, there's like a... you know what? A vaguely brick-like texture with this sort of thing going on is actually probably this. So that is... noise? It's literally just noise texture. Noise, probably slight Voronoi for wear. And then just random colors. Okay, so... Voronoi texture. got noise. I am probably gonna have to use this for the normals as well. So here, back to base. I'm gonna do this via object rather than. Okay, yeah, that's better. So we 350 for this one. Yeah. Okay, so 350 for that. Then I want to probably more annoying texture into mix. I'm gonna use this one. Probably use smoothing this one. Set up the detail. Probably that should be fine. Probably save it for 5. Now that's got the noise texture underneath it. So we've got color ramp into the noise texture specifically. Actually, no, not into the noise texture. Going to do a ramp, and this is actually going to be a mix as well, I think. But I'm going to set this to. Yep. Now I do need some ceramic tile colors, so I'd say probably 5 now. Distribute stops evenly. Now the inherent issue that I've got here, and I might have to do this for the other roofs, is that doing the randomness like this is inherently going to cause all the tiles to be random colors. Not quite what I want, but using the random color like this will give some color variance to these tiles. So roof tile. Alright, let's see what we've got. Tangelo, Cafe, White, Citrus, Barbados, Canyon Dust, Spice, Campfire, Hot Green. Okay, so it's not unusual to have different colors. Okay, there's like a lot of variants here. Like, I've got stuff to play around with. What should I use? I'm gonna try the sunset palette. So that. Set as dark one. Color pick. It's really dark orange. There. I became one with the hot and neutral wire. Oh, hopefully, your flesh didn't melt and fuse, I suppose. Now what I can do is I can use constant to prevent them from... Luckily, a circuit breaker popped. Oh, thank God for that. Are you okay, Likely? I hope you didn't do any severe damage to yourself or to that trailer. Okay, so now the factor for this one needs to be object info and plugged into random. And then, so we've got that going on. Define okay. Are you still within reasonable bounds, functional, and you're not just going to keel over dead within the next 20 minutes? Henlo, hey Foxy. I think likely just electrocuted themselves. And how are you doing? Okay, so these two need to be swapped. And then this is going to be overlaid, I think. What? Yeah, you heard me, Foxy. Yeah, I'm concerned as well. Let's go 0.9 for roughness. And now, if I Alt D this, eventually, yeah, different colors will show up. Now, my question is, does an array modifier do the same, or does it just do the same color over and over again? Okay, it does the same color over and over again. Good to know. But that is what instancing is for, is to prevent stuff like this. Biologically grounded for a split second. I don't think I need to tell the rest of chat this, but please don't fuck around with electrical components. Likely here is a professional dumbass. Let's try the safe house first. I feel like it's probably good. Going to the convention in the morning? Oh, is that the one you were talking about where Kevin Miller's going to be at? Oh wait, I don't even need to be expert this. I can just... Sly Cooper. Yeah, I'm actually super jealous that you get to see him. Okay, and I need to turn. Also, I just realized I'll make sure to get something from so I can show you. I mean, fair enough. You don't have to give me proof, Foxy. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself. Cool. Now I can just start really duplicating this. And this one here. D and then Y. Okay, so I still need to figure out how I'm going to do these corners. And they shouldn't theoretically be too hard to do. But it would be nice to just have a smoother transition for what's coming after that. Oh, you know what I should do, chat? And to be fair, I've been meaning to do this for a while. I just not gotten the time to run the 3D printer for this. But I have a 3D printed Sly Cooper cane, right? But at the same time, I'm also horrified at the fact of approaching him, let alone talking to him. You shouldn't have too much trouble, Foxy. I have faith that you'll be able to talk to him. But anyway, like, as I was gonna say, me and my anxious ass, yeah, mood. So, I want to redo the Sly Cooper cane that I 3D printed because my other one sort of fell apart on me. So, the here the cane came off, the body of the cane is basically collapsing. I just want to get like a better version of it. So I'll need to dedicate some time at some point to doing that. And it's also quite bold, like it's blocky. Let's and then I can move these up. The problem is, right, because I want to have these tilted up over the next notch. And they're not. But yeah, I was thinking maybe 3D modeling my own Sly Cooper cane and then printing it out. I could probably do that. Now I should be able to make both sets of these and print. This would be a lot easier if I just made this a plane. But I want to see how this looks first before committing to any decisions like that. Okay, that's not too bad. What do we think, chat? Probably could use a bit more work, but like even if this was just a plain picture, I feel like this would work out quite well. Probably need to add something to the bottom here just to give it a bit of edge. So, like, basically just guttering or something like that. It's probably what these blocks are trying to emulate, right? Like, I've never thought too hard on what the edges of these buildings are supposed to be. But, like, thinking about it now, these are probably just guttering bits. In which case, that is really easy to make. Like, it's extremely large, mind you, but, like, that should be depth. Yeah, depth. Shocking, isn't it? But no, like, there is literally no way that I wouldn't be able to make that. So, origin and shift A. And the easiest way to do this is probably via a circle. I need to make this probably... Actually, is 830C sufficient? I'm going to say 12. Okay, what's the average width of a drainage pipe? Alright, good thing there is plenty of schematics on the sizing of gutters. K-style gutters, half round. Honestly, it looks like the style that's being used is half round, so I bet Now the diameter across in the middle is what's being measured here. I'm going to say, on the X, let's say 5 inch. And now I can let's see. Versus and screw this. And now I'm going to give this a solidify modifier. Yeah, I just didn't think about it until today that that could have very well have been a gutter. I just assumed it was some stylistic choice of bracket. Oh lord, I hope that one booth with the huge assortment of Pokemon plushies aren't there again, or else I may have a hard time holding myself back from buying another one of them. Ah yes, if there's one thing that Pokemon is very good at is pickpocketing your wallet. Okay, so what's the thickness of a gutter is not that big actually. Probably like around about there. And then the other thing too that I need to keep in mind is that most of them usually have brackets on them holding them to the building. Okay, I got a new one from them last year. It's so soft. Let me know if they have life-size Gardevoir. No reason. Okay, I'm furious about this conversation, and I'll tell you why. So, as everyone knows, I live in New Zealand. Do you know what the downside of that is? Is that basically no popular company ships any of their good products to this country. And I have been wanting for years to buy a life-size Arcanine plush. I absolutely adore Arcanine. It's my favorite Pokemon. And I really wanted a life-size plush. And when I heard that this was the thing, I was like, oh my god, yes, I would love to have one. And oh my god, not the Gardevoir. Yeah, just that's an appropriate emote for that. But I literally cannot ship a life-size Arcanine into the country. Like, the only way, theoretically, that I could do it would be to go to Japan or the United States, which are the only two places that I'm... Okay, Vaporeon then. Oh, please, not the copy pasta name. I'm getting sidetracked. But the only way I'd be able to do it is I'd have to go to the States or Japan, buy it, have it shipped to a hotel, and then I have to smuggle that into my luggage, because that's certainly not fitting in carry-on, and get it into New Zealand. Like, I have no idea how I'd even begin to go about doing that. I absolutely want the Lucario one. My chat is just full of furries tonight, isn't it? Make a friend in Australia. Australia doesn't have life-size Arcanine plush. It has a couple of other ones, but not the Arcanine one specifically. At least I don't think. But yeah, my heart breaks every day that I realize I don't have an Arcanine plush, the life-size one in my house. Also, I'm pretty sure my family would shoot me if I managed to get one to the household. That's another point too. Now this guttering, compared to the house at least, is quite small. So maybe I want to double the size. Yeah, double the size, it seems appropriate response to this. Dude, if they make a Mewtwo one, if there isn't already one, then I would literally die. That thing will get sold out the second Nintendo even breathes in the direction of an implication of a life-size Mewtwo plush. Same with Charizard. Yeah, same thing there. And also, we would see some of the most absolutely horrendous, down bad bullshit known to man because of that plush. I can just about guarantee it. So, this was this linked or was this pure duplicate? I think this might have been linked. So, just to double check and make sure, I'm going to make sure the object and data are different. Okay. I will spend so much money on those. Yeah, completely understandable, honestly. So rotate that. Degrees. For some reason, it wants to be central instead of where I want it to be. Why are you not doing what I asked you to? Because, like, look, I try to get the closest one to stick, and it just sticks from the middle point here. What, like, why did Blender design it like that? So strange. Go. I got a warehouse if you need a US address before mailing it to your house. I dread to think how much shipping to New Zealand from the States is. Because, like, I'm thinking, oh yeah, like, I know it's a 500 odd dollar plush, which, by the way, is stupidly expensive in New Zealand terms, but that's beside the point. But the absolute, just egregious cost of shipping in of itself is probably going to get me in a fair amount of trouble, at least financially speaking. Will it be worth it? Probably. But if I ever manage to get the ability to, first of all, obtain an Arcanine plush, but to ship it to New Zealand, I will certainly consider the idea. Now, that's instead, oh, it should be good. We now have this going on. How big is an Arcanine? The quote-unquote life-size plush, I think, is about 3.5 feet long. But if we're talking about actual canonical size of an Arcanine, I think it's like 6'8" or something like that. Like, it's quite tall. Let's have a look. Actually, just go. Let's see. Arcanine Pokemon plush, 59 inches. So 27.5 inches high and 59 inches long. Like, that's a big dog. Unfortunately, it's not a thing in New Zealand, and it's out of stock anyway. Oh, unfortunate. should be good for the guttering. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do about this. I can probably just put like a flat plane and just explain it away as jibbing. Which would probably be so I'm just going to duplicate this. That. Actually, what I can do is I can Control X. Nope, that just Control X. Go. And then Z. So now I can Alt N. Actually, I'll Shift N. Being in the correct mode would be a good idea. Okay, so now we shouldn't have any problems seeing gaps here. And now I can just duplicate this lot. Like, if this were an actual map in a game, I would definitely need to optimize these tiles a lot more. And I might very well do so. Just purely for... I like the idea, however slim my chances are. I wouldn't mind being able to import it into the Sly... even the Sly 2 engine. Just to be able to see my map get played on actual hardware. I think that'd be fun. Okay, like, you know what okay, I've had a thought, and I'm gonna voice this in full confidence that nobody is going to jinx it. I kind of want there to be an open world Sly Cooper game. Now, I know open world games get a really bad rap for just being trash in general, but hear me out. You have to custom build your base of operations, right? And in order to do so, you have to steal the items that you need from various locations throughout the map. And like you and I know this would be like if you really want to be into the multiplayer aspect of things, you can make like your own trials and whatnot that people have to get through in order to be able to steal stuff from you. I think that'd be quite interesting. But of course, I'm not touting it as a good game idea because I don't really want the monkey paw Sanzaru to curl its fingers once again, so to speak. I actually want to see how this... Can I actually do it through this? I might be able to. So, if I use the stucco roof texture... It works okay, I think. I definitely need to cover up the side of this. Definitely need to mess about with this a little bit. Noise texture. Blender is having a little bit of a tough time computing all this. I'm just checking to make sure that my stream is not screaming about encoding overload again. Okay, what about object? Okay, I think that works a bit better, but I do need to put the scale into a more reasonable state. Oh, something weird. So, after that, and then after that as well. After that, maybe? Okay, that might work. Now, for this stuff here, just looking at this, how they don't really quote unquote bracket the tops of the roofs compared to the tiles. So there's no like edge or anything that indicates it. It's just an immediate jump to things. If only I had better images for this. Like if I was smart, I'd probably get on the game myself and take screenshots. And to be fair, I might very well do that at this rate. I did have, it might have been a couple of streams. Actually, no, so this does have edging, but I think that's only because of the building that you're standing on having a clock on the front. It's like I guess a bank landmark, more or less. Yeah, from the looks of it, there's no real gap between the two. Okay, that's fine. So grab these, remove those from the equation. D. I got 400 for shipping. Yeah, it's not cheap. Like, New Zealand shipping is egregiously expensive. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'd have to make huge bank off of Twitch to even consider it. And I don't plan on making any bank off of Twitch, so... unfortunate for me, I guess. Go. I just need to remove the ones that are going to overlap this column here, which will be these two. And these two. That one there also, it seems. That's fine. Gotta really want it, yeah. And to be fair, I do, and technically speaking, I could pay for it, but I cannot afford it, is the thing. And there is a big difference between those two. Alright, that's not looking too bad actually. The color change between these could probably be a little less prominent, but as far as tiles go, it's far from the worst looking things I've ever seen in my life. What are you doing? Are you not? Oh, I must have duplicated something else, and that's why it was acting funky, maybe. Okay. Well, I'm sure I'll figure out what it is later, probably the most inconvenient time possible. Of course it's this song. Should be just about good to go. The only reason I haven't removed that song from the playlist is because it's a funny bit and I refuse to get rid of it. Anyway, I think that's probably enough for today because I just realized what time it was. And... oh. Anyways, Twitch side, do I have a raid for you? I do not. If you have any recommendations, might as well voice them now while I'm here. So, yeah, the tile placing is quite slow. I may very well consider creating... good stream. Thanks, Likely. I appreciate it. I might have to make this into a plain texture because doing this over and over again is going to be quite obnoxious. Anyway, I think that's just about it. And tomorrow I'll probably be doing just a little bit more work before I swap back over to animation streams. Eventually I'll get fast enough at building stuff where I can swap between those on the same week, but not yet. Anyway, I shall see y'all tomorrow.